I do consulting with Semantic MediaWiki since some years, and we install a lot of Semantic MediaWiki installation. And since some years, Wikibase is growing. And so the question arises, it's about the same thing, the semantic web. So is there connection between the two tools? So basically, donc, if I have to say in some words what is each of the tools, Semantic MediaWiki is some free text in which you add semantic annotations, and you can also add more structured data in a table, but it's a matter of presentation. And this is the Semantic MediaWiki side, and on the other side, Wikibase is very structured data. So I can show Wikidata, which is the main Wikibase installation. So, like Semantic MediaWiki, each page is a topic, a concept. So I took a random page on Wikidata. So you have here, I don't know what is it, a scientific article. You have each property and values, possibly multiple values here. So the concepts are the same as in Semantic MediaWiki, but here you have boxes, a lot of boxes. And now the question is, what are the use cases for Semantic MediaWiki and what are the use cases for Wikibase? And so this talk is a lot of questions. I don't have a lot of answers, so it's mainly to introduce the question. So in preparation of this talk, I tried to install Semantic MediaWiki and Wikibase on the same wiki. There is a link on my presentation here, if you want to go there. So it's this wiki. So so basically, you can install Semantic MediaWiki and Wikibase on the same wiki, and it's quite easy. There are surprisingly no important issues. So I wrote some instruction here. So basically, you have to install Wikibase with the link on the MediaWiki.org documentation. You have to install Semantic MediaWiki, and the only issue which appears is that both extensions use the namespace property. So you have to rename one of the namespace property into another name. So here I took property WB for the property for Wikibase. So that's good news. And after, when you install both semantic extensions on the same wiki, you can want to exchange the data between the two families. And for this, so I will show some tests I did, but I don't have a real answer here. And so I will present. So here my use case is to classify the French laws. So there are a lot of laws in French, in France. Here, it is a French decree with some properties here. So the nature, it's a decree, multiple identifiers, the status in force. So this is a strange example because I don't. There are two different statuses. It's probably an error. So, but so this is a Semantic MediaWiki version, and given it is a wiki page, there can be wiki text. So this is the text of the law. And I did a specific property in Wikibase which link to the alternative to Wikibase. So this is this one. And I recreated the same properties on the Wikibase. So it's very the same. So basically, the two extensions can coexist, but there are no link formally between the, for example, between the values from Semantic MediaWiki to the values of Wikibase, and conversely. So now the question is there some interest in doing some link, and if yes, what exactly? So I have this question, and I don't have a real answer. So in my ideas, perhaps we can take the values from the Semantic MediaWiki to import them in the Wikibase. It will be quite easy by writing a specific MediaWiki extension, but on the other side, it will be more complicated, or at least it should be specified precisely, because on Wikibase, there are only structured data, and you have to say where you want to write them in the wiki text. So it's something to define when an extension will be written. And this is for the technical part. And after arrives the question, is there an interest in doing that? And finally, I'm not really sure there is really an interest, because both, possibly the advantage of Wikibase is there is a Sparkle, you can do Sparkle queries, but it could be done also with Semantic MediaWiki. So it's not a real advantage of Wikibase, probably. So yes. So technically, it could be probably done, but possibly there is no real use case. Another difference between the two semantic approaches is that Wikibase has some specific meta model. So I will take Wikibase. Yes. Here, for example, on some property, you have a value, a specific, a qualifier to qualify the specific value, and some references. So here the qualifier is used to sort the different items together. So this is a meta model present in Wikibase, but not present in Semantic MediaWiki, so it's a different approach. So yes. So I don't know if you have ideas of questions or use cases about is there an interest in trying to make them work together.
So that's exactly why I came to this conference, to see exactly what you have shown.
Okay.
This is just brilliant.
Okay.
But from my perspective, what you call Wikibase should be filled with the wiki data already. It is a technical challenge because there are a lot of data in Wikidata. But what you want to say is, when you are filling your Semantic MediaWiki and you need a town, a person, a place, a location, or whatever, the name of a conference, whatever, you already have it in Wikibase. It's already there. Yeah. That's the point of it. So, and it has an identifier that won't change in time. So from my perspective, and this is exactly the point of the linked data and conference, this is exactly this.
Yes, I didn't speak about the identifier, but yes, it's a difference between Semantic MediaWiki, where the identifier is the name of the page, and in Wikibase, where the identifier is a number. So, yeah.
Well, I have a little bit a different opinion on that. I visited the Wikimania conference in Stockholm this year, and they are all crazy about Wikidata, which I'm too. But now Wikimedia Germany is promoting the use of Wikibase outside of Wikidata, and this. I've never thought of this like that because Wikidata was Wikibase is the software for running Wikidata, and it makes perfectly sense what you said. We have to think about how to integrate, for example, queries from Semantic MediaWiki to Wikidata to get some kind of Q code or data out of Wikidata in your own wiki. We should also talk about the other use case is I have my wiki, for example, about numismatic people, and I want to push this data into Wikidata. But I really, and still now, I'm very happy that you did it, that you showed how this is possible. But I don't see the real use case why I would need my own Wikibase installation. So there might be some use cases for that. But now what's happening is there are projects where Wikimedia is actively marketing the use of Wikibase outside of Wikidata for institutions like the German National Library. And this is where I say this might be a valid use case, but I think it's over the top. And I think 80 or 90% of the use cases that those institutions cover could be covered with Semantic MediaWiki. They just don't know it. That's the problem. So I think this would be maybe a session for the unconference, talking not about the technical aspects, but talking also about what use cases are there for actually having your own Wikibase instance. Because I don't see that. The Q number you had was Q1 in your own wiki. It doesn't help you with Wikidata at all.
And probably it's interesting to make links between Wikidata or Wikibase and Semantic MediaWiki to share information between the two. Yeah.